Hi, this is an explanation for the Unit 1 project for English 9A. So this assignment is to write a friendly letter to yourself in the future in the style of a memoir or autobiography. Include a factual experience or memory that you have recently experienced and how it affected you and those around you. Be sure that your letter includes characterization techniques, specific details, and an allusion. Your letter should have a clear beginning, middle, and ending. So let's break that down and look at what the details are that need to be included within this and how it needs to look. First and foremost, you want to look at an autobiography versus a memoir. So an autobiography is an overview of your entire life, beginning, middle, and end up until where you are now. A memoir is a snapshot of a certain period of time, and it is told from a very close point of view. So the memoir is probably in some ways an easier essay to write because it only covers the very short period of time that you're writing about. The autobiography is easier because it is kind of the 100-foot up snapshot of your whole life. So, or snap view of your whole life. So everything you've gone through. In order to write a memoir, you want to pull tidbits of information from a variety of places to give context to the story. So, for example, if you were one of the first ladies of the White House who had a child, and you were writing about what it was like to raise a child in the White House, you would write it from the perspective of a mother. You'd write it from how it was in dealing with the media and the news, how it was in terms of negotiating all the people who were coming in and out of the house, just a variety of different frames of reference. You want to focus as well on what you learned. So with the memoir, you look not only at what the situation was, but how you grew and changed by the end of it. You want to include all of your senses. So sight, sound, smell, touch, taste, and hearing. You want to be as honest and genuine as you can possibly be. You want to be as real and true as you can be, and as vulnerable as you can be. So memoirs are difficult because you have to expose part of yourself. You want to put the reader in your shoes so that they experience what you've experienced and that they understand how you felt. And you want to create an emotional journey. The illusion that you need to create or that you need to include in the assignment is one of the pieces. And this is where you refer to something in your writing that other people know about. It's a way that your reader can connect with the story, and it gives context to the story. So the definition that's provided on the right-hand side of the screen is an allusion is figurative language that makes reference to a cultural artifact, such as a person, place, thing, event, or quote. The technical piece of this is that it needs to be a 5-paragraph essay, at least. Each paragraph needs to be at least 5 to 7 sentences. And then I is always capitalized. You need to make sure that you have the correct spelling, grammar, and punctuation. And you want to make sure that your numbers, if you use them, are written out if they're numbers 0 through 9. So those would be ZERO for 0, ONE for 1, TWO for 2, etc. And then once you get to 10, you can write the 1 and the 0 as long as it's not the first word of a sentence. If it's the first word of a sentence, you have to write the whole word out. But if it's embedded in the sentence, then you can just write the number. So these are the parameters of the first essay. It's all about you, so it really should be something that you are comfortable writing about. You're going to look more to get the characteristics that you need included in it. And let's go back and look at what else needs to be included. Characterization techniques, which is when you're going to look to describe the character or build the character in more than just flat references. So you don't want to just provide descriptions of them. You want to give your reader an idea of their personality. You want to make them an interesting character. And remember that it should have a clear beginning, middle, and end. So by the end, it should be well wrapped up, not that it's still going on. So it has to be something that has already occurred. And in the fact that you're writing a letter to yourself, this is you at the age you are now, writing to you who's maybe in your 20s or 30s, or after you've had a child of your own. So you might want to write something along the lines of, you know, So me personally, I was kind of naughty. And so I might write a letter to my future self now that I have kids and say, just remember when your kids do this, this, and this is what they're thinking. And then I might take my 30-year-old self through where my 15 or 16-year-old self was at the moment that I did something so that I remember what it was like to be in that moment at that time. So think of this as a letter that you're going to write and hide, and then 15 or 20 years from now, you're gonna open it. And that's the kind of letter that it should be. So you want that future version of yourself to learn something about you or to remember something about you that is very important to you now, important to who you are, important to you in terms of goals or in terms of what you find valuable about people or about your own world. So you want it to be something where if you read it 15 or 20 years from now, that you would remember something really important about yourself now. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to call, email, or text me, and I am more than happy to help you. Good luck.